welcome back to the channel. My name is Juana, and if you are new, you are welcome to my channel. Today, I'm going to be working with rhinestones. I'm going to be showing you how to create the template, how to brush it into a shirt, and also how to press it. That design is going to be available on my Etsy shop. If you're interested on the digital file, you can go to my Etsy shop and find this design that I'm going to show you today and other designs, including this one. They are all on my Etsy shop. This one says Crafty Girl. Guys, I can't wait to start the whole process. So guys, let's get started. We are in Silhouette Studios, and I'll be working with the business edition. It's an upgrade of Silhouette that will allow me to work with rhinestones. If you are planning to do rhinestones, you need to upgrade to it. I'm going to go to my downloads, and I'm going to click right here to download my file. And this file is going to come in two different pieces. That black one I'm not going to use. I'm going to be using the one that is a multicolor one. And also, I don't care much for the design, that design right there. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to ungroup the whole thing so that I can delete that part. So right click, and I'm going to go ahead, select it, and bye-bye. I will delete it. So the next step that I need to do is to size my design. I'm going to be using a t-shirt size large. I usually pick between 10.5 to 11 inches in width. The height is not really a big deal. It's just the width. And I'll be, like I said, using maybe a hoodie or a t-shirt. I'm not sure yet. If you are a beginner on rhinestones and you want to learn, I have a couple of videos that goes back down to all the basics on how to start with a simple font, and you can go to my channel and check it out. So now that I have it grouped like that, the next step that I need to do is ungroup it, because I'm going to be working on each section of the design separate. I'm going to do thankful and grateful and blessed separately, one at a time, all right? So in order for me to do this, I'm going to have to go ahead and right click and ungroup it, all right? So I'm going to do a right click, ungroup, and I'm going to separate the different sections of the text, and I'm going to start working with the word thankful. The other two, I'm going to move it to the side, because I'm going to be working with them later, all right? And also, I'm going to go ahead and change the size of the paper. This is I think it's 11 by 17 A3. I usually like working with a 12 by 12 when I work with my rhinestone design and other designs. So I switch it, and then now the next thing I'm gonna do is enlarge the design, because in order for you to see clearly what you're doing, I like to enlarge the design, and it will help me to see it a little bit better. Okay. You can pick your rhinestones in two different areas. You can pick on the left top panel. There says panel on the end of the list. You will see that says rhinestone. You can pick that one. Also, you can pick on the right panel on the bottom. There's a little star that also give you the option to work with rhinestones. Okay. So I'm enlarging the design, placing it in the right place. I'm gonna go ahead and select it, and I'm gonna go ahead and click on the right. You see that button in there? You can click it from there or from the top panel on the left at the end, rhinestones, and it will open the rhinestone panel. You have the choices of doing different designs. That is the radial. The other one is the lineal. Well, this one is like nothing, like you have done nothing. And then this one is the edge, that only do the edge. If you want to do only edge, that's the place that you will click. This one is the lineal, which it doesn't look good because this is not a lineal font. It has some curves into it. For that reason, you're gonna click the radial, and this one will give you a selection that will allow you to see a little bit better. You see how it follows the curves of the design. The next thing, of course, if you notice, I click also the 10SS is chosen. You see that I've done that already. And then the next thing for me to do is the distance. I'm going to choose how close or how separated I want the holes. And I usually pick 0.19 or 0.15. But I notice when I use 0.15, I have to be very careful when I remove it from the mat because it tends to rip. I go safer and I pick 19. So now you notice I had to do a lot of moving around of the rhinestones to make it look nicer because they are kind of like randomly out of place. So this is gonna take a little time for me to do. So what I'm gonna be doing is that I'm going to be working on this one part of it, and then I'm gonna not record anymore, and then I'm gonna bring you back when I'm done with all the three texts, and that way the video is not gonna run too long. So I'm gonna be working starting on the L. In order for me to do that, I need to click on the bottom where it says release stones. And that's what I'm going to be doing right now. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click on the bottom, release stones. All right. Right here, release stones. And it takes a little while for it to work. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it takes a couple of seconds. You're going to see little squares around each one of the circles. So I forgot to mention to you that I'm using 10SS or SS10 size rhinestones. If you use 6SS, then you will pick the 6SS or SS10 rhinestones. I have a design that have three different texts. It's a large design. So I'm just going to concentrate on telling you what to do a little bit, and then I'm going to stop the video and see you at the end when I finish all of them, and then I'm going to tell you what the next step is, okay? Right now, you see the little squares around the circle like I told you. So now it's ready for it to be moved around and play with it. So I'm going to enlarge the page because it's kind of like too small for me to work with. All right. So, okay, I'm going to take off the selection and the boxes are going to disappear from the paper. Okay. So now I'm going to start working and I'm going to be moving each circle individually. Like I said, this design is a little bit big for beginners, but if you follow what I'm doing, what I'm going to tell you applies to any kind of designs that you do, even for beginners or this one, okay? So I'm gonna start moving. I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna cover all those holes that are empty. But at the same time, you want to make sure that you're not gonna place the holes too close because when you take this template to the Cricut machine to be cut, if the holes are too close, they're gonna rip when you attempt to remove it from the mat, the cutting mat, okay? So try to keep it in a nice distance, but move it around, and also you can go ahead and add extra one, like you're gonna choose one and you're gonna duplicate. There's the duplicated one, and then you're gonna move it. So that's what I'm gonna do. So if you notice, this is fine. I'm just gonna move um, the holes around to make sure that they're not too close to each other, because if they are too close, you're going to take a risk of breaking the hole or ripping the holes when you remove it from the cutting mat. So this is going to apply to each one of the letters, all right? It's a very slow process, but I like doing it. To me, it's relaxing. I like doing this kind of work with rhinestones. Yes. Okay. So this is looking nice. I don't think I had to do much with the L. Um, Now I'm gonna probably move to the next letter, the U. The U needs a little bit more work, I think. What I'm doing right now is making sure that the holes are not too close together. You see? I'm gonna take that one away because I don't have enough space and I want to work with what I have. I might be able to place it back again, but if not, I'm not gonna make much of an effort. I can just take it out. But I need to cover that empty space. The whole thing about rhinestones is that you don't want to leave a large empty space. You need to cover as much as you can without making the holes too close to each other. You need to move the edge out a little bit, like I'm doing right here, moving those to the side and making space, then you can do that. Okay? And that is what I'm doing right now. All right? So now I'm going to attempt to do the same thing on the top. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate and add onto it. And then I'm going to be moving things around. And this is, again, is going to apply to each one of the letters. Okay? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stop here because I'm going to do this to the whole design. And I'm going to bring you back once I'm done with this one, this first one. And I'm going to explain you the next step after I'm done with this thankful section of the design. Okay? Okay, guys, so I am done with all the moving around. Let me see. I see something that is very close in here. I always check around before I go to the next step, making sure that there's none of the stones are too close. Right now, everything looks good. If I notice something later, I might fix it, but so far, good. It took me a long time. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to follow the next steps after this, and then I'm gonna apply the same steps to the other two phrases. And then I'm gonna see you at the end when it's I'm ready to finish the whole thing and convert them into SVG file so that we can work on it in Cricut. Okay. You see, I'm moving around because I saw that they're kind of close. That's why I make sure that I don't see anything too close. Anyhow, let me make this smaller again. So the next thing that I'm gonna do, because I'm done, I'm gonna go ahead and select the whole thing. Okay. Make sure that everything is selected. I'm gonna go to Object, and I'm gonna go and group the whole thing. And I have to wait until the little squares disappeared. Sometimes it takes a little bit to do that. Okay, so you see the color. So now I'm gonna go back to Object, and I'm gonna find Make Compound Path, and I'm gonna click that. The color is gonna go away, but you're gonna go ahead back to Colors and select the color again. I think it was this one right here. No, that was not it. Sometimes the color, oh, right here, this one right here. Yeah, that one. And then I'm gonna go to this red box in here, and I'm gonna click it. I'm gonna click this box down here. This will take the red red away, because these circles, they have like a red circle around the color. I'm gonna click that, and it gives me the correct color. You see? So what I'm gonna do now, and this is ready to go. This is ready, no problem. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do the same thing to the others. I'm not gonna record this because it took me a while. So once I'm done with all of them, I'm gonna come back and then follow the next step, okay? All right, see you in a little bit, people. So I am done with 3 pieces of text. So this was the last one. So what I'm gonna do right now, I'm gonna put the whole thing together. Grateful go in here, goes right here. I want to leave some space in between so it doesn't look so crowded. And thankful is the first one. So it goes right here. Again, I'm gonna leave some space in between because again, I don't want it to be too crowded. Even though it's supposed to look like it flows together, but at the same time, you don't want it too close. Which it doesn't really matter because the way this is gonna cut is gonna cut the 3 pieces separate. It has the 3 colors already. And what I'm gonna do, they're all already finished, already place the compound path on each of them separately. So all I need to do right now is group them. And this looks pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to group the whole thing together. Let me put it smaller, make it smaller because, yes. So I'm gonna go ahead and group the whole thing together. Let me see if I can use align center. Yeah, that's much better. I align the center to make sure that it's all in a nice place, This I can afford to put it a little bit closer. That's too close right here. Okay. So now I'm gonna group it again. Right click and group. So this is the whole rhinestone template right here. So the next thing we need to do now is convert all this to an SVG file, because that way I can cut it in Cricut and just transfer it to Cricut Design Space. But if you have a silhouette cutter, Cameo, you don't have to do that. You can take it directly from here and cut it in your silhouette. I don't have a silhouette, so I'm gonna go ahead and make the change so that I can cut it in my Cricut machine, okay? If you select thing, then you have the measurement here, the measurement right on the top. So I'm gonna go back to File, Save As, Hard Drive, Downloads, Thankful Gray from Bless, Rhinestones, template. And then the width is 11.119. The W on here, width, and then this is gonna be height is 9.871. Okay. And actually, let me correct this. I forgot to put the extra one in here. So 11.119 by 9.871. Okay. This is very important because when it goes to Cricut Design Space, you need to plug in these measurements. If you don't do it, the whole template is going to be distorted. Most of the time when you transfer this to Cricut, it's going to come either too large or too small. So then you have to change the settings because, like I said, it needs to be exactly to the measurement that are in the original design, okay? So now that I have this in here, I'm going to go and I'm going to drop down this box and I'm going to choose SVG. So this will be an SVG file, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to say, okay. So now that I have this, I always save this on my designs in a Silhouette Studio in case I want to make some changes or corrections to it. So I'm gonna go back to File, Save As, and this time I'm gonna choose Save to Library. I save all my designs. So now I can go ahead and close this, and then I'm gonna close here because it's already done. So now I'm gonna close this window. I'm gonna take you to Cricut Design Space, all right? Okay, so we are in Cricut Design Space. You're gonna get it ready to be cut, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna go to upload down here. I'm gonna upload image. I'm gonna browse. I'm gonna go to downloads. And this is the file right here that we just worked on. I'm gonna open it. And this is the file right here, okay? I'm gonna go ahead and do upload. And this is a very simple step in case you have never worked with Cricut Design Space. This is the way you download your files to cut a design, either if you're gonna do a work with PNG or you're gonna work with HTV, same thing. So this is the file. I'm gonna go ahead and click this. I'm gonna click Add to Canvas. And most probably it's gonna come with the wrong measurement. Do you see how small it transferred here? I mean, it has a 4 in width and 4 in height. That's not the measurement. So I'm gonna go ahead and go back to upload, and I'm gonna click this part in here, and it gives me the measurements right here. So all I need to write is the width, and the width is 11.119, okay? And once you have those measurements, you can write both if you want to. But for Cricut, I'm going to cancel. All you have to do is make sure that the proportion key is selected and the proportion lock is locked in place. All right. So all I'm going to do is just write here the width, which is 11.119. Okay. And I'm going to hit enter. It will automatically change the height. I'm going to go enter. And it gave me a height of 9.871, which is the height of the design. So this is the design. Once you have it here, do not change the proportions. If you change the proportion, the whole design get messed up and it's not gonna work, okay? You cannot change this proportion or make it smaller or nothing. You're gonna leave it like that. I'm gonna take it to 50%, but I'm not changing the size. All I'm doing is making the image smaller. But if you notice, I selected and the proportion did not change, okay? It stayed the same up here. So I always save it first before I continue. So I'm gonna go and save it to my files. Okay, so all I'm gonna write is grateful. I'm just gonna do grateful. I don't have to write the whole thing. Grateful, and I will know what it is. Grateful, I'm gonna save it. So it's saved. Now we're going to continue. The color of the design, it doesn't matter because at the end, all you're gonna do is choose the rhinestone in the color that you want. So really the color makes no difference. It's not like when you're cutting HTV that you choose the color on the cutting mat. This one, it doesn't matter. You're not gonna choose any HTV or anything because you're gonna brush the stones. And at the end, all you're gonna do is just choose the stone in the color that you want, all right? So I'm gonna go to make it. And first one is blessed. Then this is grateful. And the last one is thankful. You see, so they're all in here, ready to be cut. And of course, it's 3 mats because there are three different pieces to the text: thankful, grateful, and blessed. So I'm gonna go ahead and continue. And this is for the people that have never opened a Cricut, are thinking how to download and how to cut a file. I'm gonna go to continue. You can also place the 3 phrases in one mat if it fits, and that way you don't have to cut them separately. So what we're gonna do now, guys, is to go to the craft table, and I'm gonna go through the whole process of brushing the design and then pressing the design into a shirt. So guys, I'll see you in a little bit. So I'm going to be getting ready to place this on the cutting machine, and I'm using the flock rhinestone material. Is this one right here. I get this in Heat Transfer Warehouse. This is a new version. It has the new backing. A lot of people got some trouble getting used to this because they have to change the setting on their machine. I just needed to set it a little bit different. It was a pressure issue. Instead of 345, I used 340. That was the only change that I had to do, and it cut nicely. All right, so I do not use the backing. A lot of people leave the backing on. That depends on your machine. I have never used the backing, not for the one before and not for this one. So I'm gonna continue doing the same thing because it works for me. But that is up to the person or the technique that they use to do the rhinestones, all right? So I'm gonna place this in the mat, same way you place vinyl. You want the color facing you. This is the way the flock comes. This is a 10-yard roll. The roll comes in different sizes, and people, this thing is expensive. So, don't waste it, okay? It's expensive. So I am ready to start.
So this is going, guys. I'm gonna see you at the end when everything is finished cutting, all right? So guys, this is done. I don't know if you can see the little holes already done. I'm gonna remove it from here, and then I'm not gonna show the whole process. I just wanted to, for you, if you're new to this, to see how it's gonna look. You have to remove it very carefully. You cannot tear it real fast, because if you do it fast, it can tear. You see, this is the way it comes up. All right. Once I remove this part, what I do is that I use this tool right here. You're gonna see me use it later if you're new to rhinestone and you have never seen one of my videos, to clean the mat. It comes out so easily, not a big deal. And then I'm gonna transfer the whole thing like this with, you know, clean like this. There's one left over here. I just pull it, and that's it. It's easy to take off. For the most part, I have 98% to 100% success that the hole comes out. I never had an issue. Like I said, not with this new one, no with the old one that had a different backing. Okay, and like I mentioned before, I have never left the backing on. That is the matter of choice or preference. Okay, after I'm done with this, I'm gonna transfer this template to this cutting board or plastic cutting board that I get from Amazon, and also I get it from the dollar store. The dollar store is a little tinier, not for much. It's maybe like an inch difference, and it's there are two in a pack for $1.25. In Amazon, I get a pack of 12 for quite inexpensive. So anyway, you can use either one. This one is the bigger one from Amazon. So I'm gonna see you in a little bit once I transfer this from here, and we're gonna start brushing the shirt, okay? Okay guys, so we are here with the template. These are the stones that I'm going to be using. I'll be using Topaz AB. This is orange, and smoke topaz, which is a dark color. I wanted to get some color for the fall, so hopefully these colors are going to be okay. I'm going to be using my stone picker or wax pen. This will pick up the stones from the mat. And this is the brush that I use. It's a painter's brush, and this is to pick up my stones at the end when I'm done, the rhinestones. And I'm going to be using some painter's tape because I need to block the sections so that the ones from here doesn't mix with the ones from here, okay? And that way I will keep a clean work because I'm going to be doing one by one. Also, I'm going to be using my rhinestone transfer tape. This is KTM tape for transfers, and that's about it. For those who have been watching me doing this, you know how it works. So let me go get the KTM tape because I don't have it here. I want to show you how it looks like. The KTM transfer tape, you can use it more than once. So these are the ones I've used already. I use them about maybe 3 times of use. After that, I toss it away because they tend to lose their stickiness. And this one looks pretty good. I'm just gonna choose 3 different ones, depending on the size. This one looks okay also. So I'm gonna be picking from the bunch that I have in here, the ones that I want. This one looks good also. And this one is good. I think I have plenty to choose from. You have to make sure that they're long enough for you to work with, because sometimes when you cut it too close to the border, you might miss some of the stones, so you need to at least to be like larger than the design. Okay, so I'm gonna start with, I think thankfully I'm gonna do it with Topaz AB. and then the colors like medium shade and then the dark shade in the bottom. All right. So I'm gonna start by blocking this in here. I don't need to block the whole thing, just the ones that is close to this border in here. Okay. I'm gonna do the whole thing because I don't have much of this left. Of the topaz AB. And this you need to do in circle motion. When you do the circle motion, they fall into the hole easier when you move them around, okay? This is a very straightforward template. It has no outline, it has no extra design on it, so it should brush fast, okay? I wanted to do this simple design so that it will be easier for you to make yours. And then if you want to learn how to do it with an outline design, then you can go back to my channel. I have videos that explain to you exactly how to do the outlines. Also how to do the ombre effect, which is 2 colors in 1 line. Or the multicolor design. This template, if you're interested in getting it, I have it on my Etsy shop. I have other templates over there too that I'm offering on my Etsy shop. My Etsy shop link is down on the description box. So I started doing some digital work now. For, you know, to take advantage that I'm doing all this work, you might as well, you know, offer the digital since I'm working on them. And, you know, that way if you like the design, you can go ahead and get it over there. Okay? Almost done in this one. Okay. It's looking pretty good. Some of them got stuck into the tape right here. Now I'm checking to make sure that I'm not missing any holes, any circles. Make sure that everything is okay and that every circle or hole has a stone in it. Sometimes it's very difficult to see, but it looks pretty good. They brush real nice. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and pick this up. Place it back on the container. So let's do this. I always measure to make sure that I have the correct width. That's pretty good. Okay. Pretty good. Let me go check the camera. Yeah, the camera is recording. So 2 of them turn. I don't, you know, get the static. I don't know when that happened, how it happened. All you have to do is separate it from the template and place them again. That's all you have to do. Pick them up. There we go. So I already know that this tape I had to probably toss it with elastic because it's not as sticky as I want it to be. Okay, make sure that everything is inside before you lift them up. And if one of the stumps comes out in the process of pressing the shirt, you can always add it at the end. You know, sometimes that happens too, and that's okay because you can add them at the end when you notice there's something missing. Here we're gonna place the back and back, and it'll be like that until I'm ready to start pressing the shirt. Okay. Then we're gonna repeat the same thing with the next one. We're gonna be blocking this part in here. And I'm gonna be blocking this part in here. So what I'm gonna do, as you saw how I am doing this, I'm gonna run the next part in fast mode, and that way we don't spend that much time doing this process because you've seen them already, okay? So I'm just gonna do this fast. Now, the next color that I'm gonna do is the orange color, I think, yeah. This is orange. If you want to know where I get my stones, I have a link down in the description box. You can get information over there, okay? You also have to check for double stones in the same place. I found two already. Looks pretty nice. I don't see any more doubles. This looks really nice. So let me pick this up, place it back onto the container. Looks pretty good. I have an orange t-shirt, and then it will be like tone on tone. And for this color, I have a olive green t-shirt. Whoops, this two didn't lift up. If this happened, all you have, because it's a double stone. When there's a double stone, that's what happened. It's difficult for the stone to lift up. So I need to get rid of that one. It's right here. Remove this out of the way, and place this one where it goes. That's it. Easy peasy. Okay. If you notice that when you're lifting the stones up with the transfer tape, that some stones stay back, check the area for double stones, because the double stone are like one on top of the other, so it doesn't allow for the transfer to go low enough to pick them up, and that's what always, most of the time, that's what happens. So that there is an extra stone. So let's do this again. They're very easy to fix. It's not a big deal. You see how they all came up? No problem. There's another one in there. Did not come up. Same thing. It's a double stone. Same thing. Same thing. That's what happened. So I'm gonna take this one out, and I'm gonna place this one right in place. Should be no problem. There you go. Let's place this one back into the container. Okay. This one right here. The last one is this one. And this one is gonna be in smoked topaz, which is a dark color topaz, like a brown. Okay, I'm inspecting everything, making sure that I didn't need anything, and it looks pretty good. I'm gonna go and pick a shirt. See you in a little bit. Okay guys, so I already pre-pressed the shirt. I pressed it in the middle so I can have an idea where the middle is. So the press is set at 360 Fahrenheit, and it's gonna go for 12 seconds, okay? Let's go. For this one, I need to follow the contour of the letter on the top to make sure that it's straight enough. Wow, this is beautiful. Beautiful. What do you think, people? Let me take you to the front here, like this. What do you think? Let me get you closer. Thankful, grateful, and blessed. Isn't that nice? If you hear a background noise, that's the air conditioning unit of the house. Beautiful. I am very pleased. Okay, I'm gonna turn you around to give you a better look, okay? So this is the end of the tutorial. I'm gonna show you how the shirt came out right here. I am very happy with the results, and I'm also very happy with the choice of colors, especially the olive color shirt, because it gives the whole thing a full vibe, and that is what I was looking for. If you have any questions, you can ask those questions down on the description box. And also, if you're new to the channel and you have not subscribed yet, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, The Crafty Puerto Rican, and don't forget to click the notification bell. That way you will get notified of all my future videos. Guys, I think this is everything for now. If you're interested on this template, including this file and these ones, as well as other, I have those on my Etsy shop, and the link is down on the description box, okay? Guys, so this is everything for now. Thank you for spending this time with me. Bye-bye. Hasta luego.